The individual will begin with his core on the stability ball. Both hands and feet should be touching the floor. The individual may begin with either side of the body. When ready, the athlete will raise his right arm while also raising the left leg. The arms and legs will be raised in line with the torso. Have the arm and leg return to the starting position, then repeat with the other side. Progression of this exercise will include increased holding time of the upper and lower extremities. This particular exercise will be incorporated during the hypertrophy and endurance phases of training to improve spinal stability. The bird dog with stability ball will be part of the golfer's post and off-season training. This next exercise is the T stability rotations. With a dumbbell in each hand, the athlete will get into the push-up position. The athlete may begin with either side they choose. Begin with the left side by rotating with the dumbbell in hand up and over the body. This will result in a T-like position. The athlete should keep the left arm straight while doing so. Rotating will open up the upper and lower torso to the left side, increasing core tension. While rotation occurs, the right arm will remain in place. This movement will help to improve core stabilization and will be included during the hypertrophy and endurance phases of the post and off season. This next exercise is the stability ball external rotation. The athlete will begin by placing a dumbbell on each side of the stability ball to be used. When ready, the individual places upper torso on the stability ball. The athlete will then grab each dumbbell. With the arm abducted and elbow flexed, the athlete will then externally rotate the arm until the forearm is parallel to the ground. This particular exercise will be included during the hypertrophy and endurance phases of training, helping to improve external rotator cuff musculature, and will be performed in a slow and controlled manner. This exercise will be part of the individual's post and off-season training. This next exercise is the cable punch with resistance band. The athlete will stand with legs slightly bent and staggered. The individual's weight should be on the balls of the feet. The arm performing the weighted punch will be lateral and slightly in front of the chest. Keeping the athletic stance, the athlete will press their hand forward. In performing this exercise, the athlete may want to mimic the slight twisting motion similar to throwing a punch. This exercise will be performed during the strength and power development phase, in which the athlete will perform at high velocities. This particular exercise targets musculature of the trunk and will be included during the off-season, pre-season, and in-season training. The next exercise will be the weighted golf swing. The individual will perform this exercise using resistance bands. The athlete will grip the handle with both hands and mimic a slow and shortened golf swing. The arms should not travel more than 30 centimeters. Have the athlete focus on having the trunk start the exercise movement and continuing to shift body weight from the trailing leg to the lead leg. This exercise will be performed during the strength and power phases. which will be part of the off-season, preseason, and in-season training. The exercise targets the musculature of the upper limbs, lower limbs, and trunk used during the golf swing. This next exercise is the lawnmower pull. This exercise will be performed using a resistance band. The athlete will begin with knees bent between 45 and 90 degrees, and the legs will be staggered. If the individual starts with the right arm, then the left foot will be forward and vice versa using the left arm. While facing the resistance band attachment, the athlete will pull with the chosen arm until the hand is slightly in front of the hip. During the pulling motion of the arm, the individual will also extend from the knees. This exercise will be performed during the strength and power phases, which will be part of the off-season, preseason, and in-season training. The lawnmower pull targets musculature of the upper and lower limbs as well as the trunk used during the golf swing. This next exercise is the weighted golf swing follow-through. This exercise will be performed utilizing a resistance band. The athlete will first lay that resistance band lengthwise on the ground. The golfer will then step onto the resistance band with the band underneath the arch of the foot. The width between the feet should be similar to a golf stance. The athlete will then grab both handles of the resistance band and bring them together towards the middle of the stance. The individual should look as though he is in the beginning stance of the golf swing. When ready, the athlete will perform the follow-through of the golf swing as high as the band will allow them. This exercise will be performed during the strength and power phases, which will be part of the off-season, preseason, and in-season training. The weighted golf swing follow-through targets the musculature involved during the golf swing, including the upper and lower limbs as well as the trunk.